What's up, folks? It's Rob Barrington from LearnBridge.nyc, and these are our inverted minor suit raise hands that we saw this past Thursday, August 11th. These are the hands from our Focus duplicate game, which occurs twice a week on Thursdays. The mornings are held at the Cavendish Bridge Club on the Upper East Side, and the evenings are at Aces Bridge Club on 54th between Broadway and 8th. So if you want to see these hands live and get a little bit of a lesson before and after, join us on Thursdays, mornings, and evenings. This past week's hand started with board number 3 for our first inverted minor suit raise. South started with 1 club, and remember, folks, when we are 3-3 in the minor suits, we always open clubs. And when we're 4-4 or better in the minor suits, we always open diamonds. And this is just so when we open diamonds, partner has a greater idea and a greater likelihood of us having 4 in most of these spots. So South bids 1 club, and North has an excellent hand. North knows we have game, but they don't know if we have slam. And this is a real possibility with this hand, considering the shape of the hand and the fact that we have such a good high card value, right? We have 16 high card points, a singleton, and diamond. So we're going to take the slow approach here and discuss the possibilities of maybe playing slam. 2 clubs is that slow approach. It's 10 plus points and support for clubs. And remember, guys, this is absolutely forcing. Any unlimited bid is always forcing, right? So my 2 club bid shows 10 or more points, so partner can never pass. And in fact, partner is supposed to just start bidding their stoppers, so we might be able to play 3 no trump. And they'll do that by bidding 2 diamonds, which says, hey, I have a diamond stopper. It's not length, guys. It's just stoppers. And North can continue the slow approach by bidding their next stopper, which is 2 hearts. And what we're trying to do from North's perspective is just gain more information about partner's hand. And we get that when South bids 2 no trump. This is a twofold bid. First off, we know partner has a stopper in the spade suit, which is good for us. However, we also know partner is a minimum. They could have bid 3 no trump in this spot, and they would be saying with that bid, hey, I can go to game opposite your 10. But here they just bid 2 no trump, which shows a minimum. And now North can make the decision to bid safely to 3 no trump and not investigate slam. It's still close, guys. But when partner shows a minimum, it's okay just to bid 3 no trump. We have a great source of tricks in the club suit. We're going to make a lot of tricks. And in fact, we will make 6 on this hand. It does not mean that we should be there. Look at everything that's going right for us. The clubs are dividing evenly. The king of diamonds is on side, so a lead from that side of the table isn't going to hurt us. So this is a situation where everything is working. Just because we can make a slam doesn't mean we should bid it. So the best contract here is likely just to be 3 no trump. Board 4 saw an excellent preempt by the East-West players. West started the auction with 1 diamond, and East has a perfect inverted minor suit raise, except this time this is the weak raise. We're going to jump to 3 diamonds, and this is going to say, hey, I have a bad hand and a lot of diamonds. Look at how difficult this makes South's decision. They have a real problem here. They certainly have the other 3 suits, one of them being a 5-card major. However, they're vulnerable, and so are we, but they have to make their decision at the 3 level. It's not unreasonable to take a call with the South hand. It's also not unreasonable to pass. And this is the power of the preempt, folks. If South passes, we're just going to play 3 diamonds. And that's where we're going to be, even though North-South has a reasonable heart fit and a lot of values on this hand. Our 3 diamond bid is essentially close them out of the auction if they choose not to bid. And this is why we do it this way, folks. This is why inverted minors is such a big win for us on these hands, because we get to make the opponent's lives miserable. Right? Not that, we want to make them miserable, but we want to make their time at the table as difficult as possible. And this is how we do that. Right? We preempt effectively in these spots. Board 7 saw a really good opportunity to stay out of a bad 3 no trump contract. South starts the bidding with 1 club, and North makes the inverted minor suit raise to 2 clubs. That's 10 plus points in support. And now we're going to go through the process of bidding our stoppers. South's 2 heart bid does 2 things. It says, yes, I have a stopper in the heart suit, but it also denies a stopper in the diamond suit. So they're saying two things with this bid always, because we always bid our stoppers up the line. Right? So when we skip over one, we're denying it. And North can do the same thing. They're going to bid 3 diamonds, which does two things as well. It shows a diamond stopper, but it denies a spade stopper. So now South is fully aware that we do not have the ability to stop the spade suit. So they're going to bid 4 clubs. Right? The only thing that makes sense here is just to stay away from the no trump contract, because we know we cannot stop that suit. Another option would potentially be 3 hearts, which would say, hey, I don't want to go past the level of 3 no trump just yet, just in case. But here we should both know that partners denied spade stoppers. And that's where this auction is likely to end. North could bid 5 clubs. And the reason they would do this is because everything is working well for them. The fact that South doesn't have a spade stopper is actually improving North's values. And the reason it's doing that is North has a singleton in spades. And when South fails to show a spade stopper, we know that they don't have any wasted values in the spade suit. So this singleton is actually worth a little bit more. It's okay to pass in this spot, knowing that we can't make game in no trump. Bidding 5 clubs is not a terrible bid either. Right? And it's because that spade card, that singleton, becomes much more valuable when partner denies stoppers in that suit. Board 9 saw the possibility of slam for North-South. North starts the auction with their 1 club bid, and South bids 2 clubs. This should light a huge fire under the North hand. There's a lot of things going on from their perspective, not the least of which is partner just showed 5 clubs. So we know we have a 10-card club fit. We also know we have the potential to play slam. Partner has at least 10 points, and we have 19, right? Just with our high card points. So this is a very strong situation for North-South. West, my players sitting in the West chair, if you bid 3 spades, in my opinion, you bid way too much. And here are the problems with the 3 spade bid. The suit is not very good. It's a pretty bad suit, and the colors are the worst for you. Right? We are vulnerable with the East-West cards, and North-South is not vulnerable. So this is a tremendous amount of risk with a suit that's so bad. So in this situation, it is much better to pass. And now North-South will go through the process of finding the correct spot. We don't have to rush. Any new suit is going to be forcing and start the conversation of stoppers. So we're just going to bid 2 diamonds, which shows a stopper in the diamond suit and asks partner for the same. And South will comply by bidding 2 hearts, showing a stopper in hearts. And now North has enough information to just try to play slam. And this 4 no trump bid should be key card for clubs, guys. We know we have a club fit, and this is a clear jump to 4 no trump. It's just asking for, okay, what key cards do you have for the club suit? South is going to show 1 or 4 key cards. We know it's 1. And now North, with all 5 key cards, can simply bid slam in the club suit. And this is a great contract. We're going to make our slam exactly. We're going to lose 1 heart, and that's going to be all she wrote. So if you played 6 clubs on this hand, you did amazingly well. If you didn't, better luck next time. These are the types of hands where we certainly want to be thinking about slam when partner shows strength and support for our best suit. Board 11 was not an inverted minor suit hand, but it was so bizarre that I wanted to just chat about it. The South hand is an anomaly. It's a 6-6 hand. We have 6 spades and 6 hearts. In these situations, we always open the higher ranking suit, so we started with a spade. And North at most of the tables bid 2 spades. The easiest and best way to bid the rest of this hand as far as South is concerned is just to jump to 4 spades. Partner has shown 6 to 9 points. They've limited their hand, and the likelihood of us making slam is still there because of South's extraordinary shape. But in the long run, it's just going to be better to bid your game, considering that your partner's limited their hand. And our strength is great if we have the right cards from partner. And we can see we do on this hand. Partner has the King of Hearts, which is a wonderful card to have. So this was a little bit timid by North. North bid 2 spades, and this is what happened at most of the tables. North is a little better than their 6 to 9. Now, 2 spades is not necessarily wrong, but a little more aggressive tack would be to bid a forcing no trump and then jump to 3 spades. If North does that, South should at least attempt to play slam. Board 12 saw another opportunity to preempt for East-West. West started the auction with 1 club, and East raised to 3 clubs. Again, we can at least 5 card support for clubs. South has a pretty automatic double in this spot. The colors aren't ideal. North-South is vulnerable, East-West is not, but this is the perfect shape for this sort of bid. We have a solid opening hand, 4 cards in all the unbid suits, so the double is relatively automatic, especially considering that East has shown a very weak hand. This is what makes it tough. Those preemptive bids give us less room to discuss the potential of playing in the right spot. West is bidding 4 clubs on this hand, and this is just based on the number of clubs. This is not an attempt to play game. This is certainly not an attempt to find out more about partner's hand. It is just, hey, you preempted. I am continuing to preempt by bidding 4 clubs. And North has a terrible decision to make. They could pass and just want to defend on this hand, which they will beat 4 clubs, no problem. But they have excellent shape also, and partner has shown spades. So this is kind of a guess for the North player. Bidding 4 spades is reasonable with this sort of hand. Passing is not unreasonable either. And this is the power of the preemptive bids that have been made, right? East-West has done a terrific job of making North-South's decision really tough, and that's the whole point of these bids, right? The tougher the better for our opponents. Board 13 saw West's decisions after East opened 1 diamond. A lot of you bid 2 diamonds, which I appreciate greatly. It means that you are really trying to play the inverted minor suit raise, and it is not incorrect to bid 2 diamonds. However, there is a much better bid for the West player, and it is 3 no trump. 3 no trump says I have 13 to 15 balanced, and I deny a 4-card major. And that's exactly what we want to show with the West hand. And we do this because we don't want to let the opponents in on that stopper information that we're going to make known after we make our inverted minor suit raise. We get to bid 3 no trump and essentially keep the opponents in the dark about what we have. It's a much better bid when we know we have game and we're balanced. So 3 no trump was the correct call by the West player on board 13. And just a refresher on board 14. This is not an inverted minor suit raise hand, but it's a refresher from what we've been talking about the past few weeks. East starts the auction by opening 1 diamond, and West's call should be 2 no trump. And this is essentially the same as we saw on the last hand, except less points. So 2 no trump shows 11 or 12 points, balanced distribution, and no 4-card major. It's perfect for this hand. And we'll play 3 no trump because East with a maximum will simply raise to game, and that's where we're going to play. If we bid 2 clubs with the West hand, we made a mistake because that is a game-forcing bid, right? If we're playing 2 over 1, 2 clubs should still be game-forcing. So 2 no trump is absolutely your best call with the West hand here on board 14. Board 16 is not an inverted minor suit raise either, but it's a very interesting hand, and I want to take you through a potential auction with these cards. West will always start with 1 diamond. They have their opening hand and 4 cards in the diamond suit, no 5-card major. And North is going to double. All right, this is an excellent double. We have both 4-card majors. We're relatively short in the opponent's suit, and we certainly have clubs in an opening hand. So we're going to double. And now East has their only bid, which is redouble. The only way we can show strength after the opponents make a takeout double is to redouble. This is the only bid in the bidding box that'll show 10 or more points. And we do that. We're going to redouble because we might be able to find a better place to play this contract. Specifically, we might be able to get the opponents to play this contract, which would be terrific for us on this hand. So we redouble to show 10 points, and South is taking a preference. And South is supposed to do this when they have a clear preference of suits. The problem with the South hand is they have very few major suit cards, but they do have 4 clubs. And this 2-club bid is just saying, hey, I might not have anything, but of the suits that you've shown, I clearly prefer clubs to any of the other ones. And now comes the interesting part. West can pass, and they should. Here's what West knows. Their partner redoubled, so they have values. They're never going to let this sit for 2 clubs. North is also going to pass. And now East is going to double. And this is a rule that I want you guys to remember. When we have redoubled, either one of us during the auction, any subsequent double that we make is a penalty double. So this double by East is saying they are not going to make 2 clubs. Let's play defense. And if this is the way the auction goes, on a normal lead by the East-West players, you're going to beat 2 clubs 4 tricks. 4 tricks doubled. That's 800 points, more than you can make in any game ever. So this is a great rule for you guys to know. After a redouble, every subsequent double by our side is penalty in nature, and we get to play really the best contract for us, which is playing 2 clubs doubled. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please join us this Thursday at Aces or Cavendish. Mornings at Cavendish, evenings at Aces. We're going to do a Throwback Thursday this week, so our topic's going to be Major Shoot Slam Bidding. And all those notes and videos will be up on the site for you guys to pour over before the game on Thursday. Thanks so much, folks, and I will catch you next time.